Greetings, dear Light family. Crayon from the Magnetic Service speaks. The Light family is currently faced with a very serious task related to neutralizing and removing negative duality energy from the planet, the old energy accumulated over millennia of experimentation. We cannot take it with us through the unified portal that will be created after the opening of the 12 stargates. We cannot pass it in such volume through the corridor of the new reality. Before the start of the second harmonic convergence, before the opening of the gates, the Light family suggests that the Light workers conduct planetary actions to neutralize duality energy and remove it beyond the planet. Light work. Specifically, the ceremony will be carried out in 2 stages. Stage 1. At this stage, we archive, compress duality energy, place it in a special energy packet, and prepare it for special transformation processing. Stage 2. The task of Stage 2 is to transform the energy packet of old energy obtained as a result of Stage 1 work and transform it into a qualitatively different energy packet that the Light family can use for constructive activities. Instructions for Stage 1. 1. Tune into the wave of unconditional love. Summon the cooperation of the 7 light souls, the soul of the earth, the grove, the planetary spirit of the sonata of Kamaru, intergalactic and galactic liner services, and the archon of your spiritual teachers and mentors. Mentally, clearly, formulate intentions to participate in the light work. I express a pure intention to participate in the work of removing duality energy from the planet Earth. Visualize all other participants in the work. Embodied and unembodied light workers as people, as entities, and light who have taken hands and encircled the planet's equator with a living chain. The faces of the ceremony participants are turned to the North Pole. Send energy, love, and your heart to all participants in the work. Unite with all in a unified sacred heart, also expressing intention. I unite with all participants in a unified sacred heart. For the work of removing duality energy from the planet Earth, feel your heart begin to vibrate on a new wave. Visualize that the entire equator of the planet is encircled by a living chain of multidimensional light workers. Understand that this chain on the subtle plane will be manifested in reality. And in this chain is your higher self. You are called with all your heart. Feel the reality of the work being carried out and your responsibility for removing old energies from the planet. Feel the unity of purpose of all those who are now standing with you along the equator of the earth. Feel gratitude towards those who are beside you. Many of them have specifically come here to carry out this action from other corners of the galaxy. Feel the importance and triumph of the moment. Now look. The event that the planet has awaited for millennia begins. A large, very large, majestic object appears at the North Pole. In shape, it resembles a bowl. This is the sacred Grail chalice with life-giving fire. In size, the chalice can be compared to 3 planets. It is of dazzlingly bright yellow solar color. The contours of the chalice are outlined in blue. It is appropriate for the light workers to see a pattern on this chalice. What is depicted on it? It's a rose, a beautiful blue rose, the galactic rose, a symbol of the blue, life-giving flame. The chalice of the galactic rose hangs over the North Pole of the planet. This is a solemn moment. All light workers in the living chain encircling the equator freeze, looking at the cosmic object that has arrived from the very center of our galaxy, the new Grail chalice. This is a great gift from the spiritual center of the 3 unity system of Sirius. All ceremony participants solemnly raise their hands, palms upwards. From the chalice with the galactic blue rose, 1 billion shining blue rays emanate. Each ray reaches the hearts of all participants in the sacred ceremony. Dear friends, another solemn moment arrives. From the center of the earth, 7 majestic figures appear. They seem to grow from the ground, increasing in size. These are the 7 Kumara sons, different incarnations of the planetary self of the Kumara. They hold large chests in their hands, painted with a window in red. All ceremony participants express the intention to remove duality energy from the planet Earth, from the collective consciousness of all earthly life forms, for its subsequent transformation into positive energy. After some time, negative energy begins to emerge from the depths of the earth, resembling columns and spirals of black smoke. All light entities, emitting blue energy from their hands received from the galactic blue rose, twist and unite the energy smoke into a single flow, and direct the negative energy into the chest of the Kumara Fanat. The work of collecting negative energy in your linear time can take from 20 to 30 minutes. This is a smooth, slow process. The main thing is to achieve a flawless result. Appropriately conclude the work only when all remnants of energy are received by Flores, the Kumara Sonata. Survey the entire planet with spiritual sight, cleanse all dark corners with the fire of the galactic blue rose. After gathering the negative energy, the 7 Kumara suns lay down the chest and seal it with the energy seals of the planetary Sonata Kumara. Together, you have formed a special energy packet, which will be prepared for transformation. Sonata Kumara takes the floor. He thanks all participants of the ceremony and gives permission for the negative energy collected in the chest to be sent to the Grail chalice with the life-giving fire. The 7 Kumara suns slowly open the chest. Dark energy flows continuously into the Grail chalice. The energy flow resembles a dark arc framed in blue. The flow of dark energy stops. The 7 Kumara suns close the chest. The Grail chalice begins to change its color. It becomes bright blue. The planetary Sonata Kumara thanks all participants of the ceremony. All participants of the ceremony thank each other for their cooperation. They thank Mother Earth for holding the negative energy in her maternal body for so long. All light entities quietly and slowly leave the ceremony site, internally preparing for the second stage of the ceremony. Instructions for Stage 2, Ceremony for the Removal of Duality Energy. All ceremony participants gather again at the equator of the planet Earth. Each returns to the place where they were during the first stage of the ceremony. But now the faces of the participants are turned to the South Pole. Tune into the wave of unconditional love. Summon the cooperation of the 7 light souls, the soul of the Earth, the Grove, the planetary spirit of Sonata Kumara, intergalactic and galactic liner services, and the Archon of your spiritual teachers and mentors. Send love energy from your heart to all participants in the work. Unite with all in a unified sacred heart. Also express intention. I unite with all participants in a unified sacred heart for the work of removing duality energy from the planet Earth. Feel your heart begin to vibrate on a new wave. Attention. Watch as the Grail chalice with the galactic blue rose emerges from the South Pole. Since the beginning of the first part of the ceremony, it has completed a full orbit around the ellipsoidal orbit of the planet clockwise, reached the North Pole again, then, turning, returned back, moving towards the South Pole counterclockwise. During this time, the Grail chalice has transmitted the necessary energy packet information, prepared for the Earth, to the magnetic core of the galaxy. This is a priceless gift from the magnetic core of the galaxy, an archive rare for the Grove, which elevates the planet Earth to a new level of universal magnetism. The Grail chalice hovers over the south pole of the planet. Note that the contours of the chalice are now coloured not in blue, but in orange. During this time, all the negative energy collected in the chalice has undergone a qualitative transformation. The life-giving fire and energy of universal magnetism have transformed it into constructive energy. All ceremony participants, standing in a living chain along the equator of the Earth, raise their hands palms upwards. Violet energy begins to pour out of the chalice. Through the hands of each participant in the light work, violet energy reaches their sacred hearts. The light worker's vertical torus of the fire system begins to actively work within the heart area. Ceremony participants perform their vertical torus of Arahat with the energy of love. After that, the energy returns to the hands, and from the hands it rushes to the South Pole. There it first twists into a point, and from the point, the violet energy begins to unwind and grow in a spiral. Ceremony participants see how from the south to the North Pole, a violet arc begins to grow. Oh, it's not just an arc. This is part of the vertical planetary fire system. A few moments later, a giant vertical torus encircles the entire planet. Participants in the ceremony understand that they have begun to create a new foundation for the Earth's fire system, using the recently arrived life-giving fire and new energy of universal magnetism, a priceless gift from the magnetic core of the galaxy. Unique galactic magnetism is infused into the Earth's fire system. The Grail chalice ceases to emit violet energy. In its place comes red energy. This is the basis for building the horizontal torus of the planetary fire system. The red energy flows through your hands into your hearts. There, with the sacred heart, you activate your horizontal torus of Ra-On-Hat. You saturate this horizontal red torus with the energy of love, and see how the energy goes from the heart of each ceremony participant and envelops the planet along the equator, giving birth to horizontal multi-layer torus of the planetary fire system in the areas of Hat Ra-On. Ceremony participants see how from the vertical and horizontal multi-layer torus of the Earth, a spiral rainbow begins to flow, where the eighth colour is the colour of the divine white fire. Vertical and horizontal tori are activated and filled with the life-giving fire brought by the galactic blue rose, the Milky Way as a unique energy structure. After activating the vertical and horizontal planetary multi-layer tori, the Grail chalice begins to move smoothly counterclockwise towards the North Pole. Now its movement is fast enough. It will only take 3 minutes for this. During these 3 minutes, the participants of the ceremony help the movement of the Grail chalice with the energy of their hearts. The Grail chalice hangs motionless over the North Pole. The ceremony participants, turning counterclockwise, make a 180-degree turn, face the North Pole, and see the 7 Kumara suns and the main planetary Sanata Kumara, who still holds the chest in his hands. Blue energy begins to pour out of the Grail chalice. This forms the basis for the formation of the diagonal blue torus. Through the hands of the participants, energy reaches their hearts. The light workers activate their blue diagonal torus in their hearts and, on the wave of love energy, send the blue energy at a 45-degree angle. Between the vertical and horizontal planetary tori, the planetary diagonal multilayer torus of Juna is born and takes its place in the planetary fire system. Meanwhile, the Grail chalice begins to emit green light. It forms another diagonal torus, Sananda Dan. Green energy reaches the hearts of the ceremony participants through their hands. The light workers activate their green diagonal torus in their hearts and, on the wave of love energy, send the green energy in the direction opposite to the North Pole, also at a 45-degree angle between the vertical and horizontal planetary tori. The planetary diagonal multilayer. Torus of Samanda is born and takes its place in the planetary fire system. Ceremony participants see that from the Grail chalice, innate with new energy, multi-layer diagonal tori emerge, bringing life-giving fire in the form of an 8-colour rainbow. Diagonal planetary tori are activated. At the command of the planetary spirit Sanata Kumara, the 7 Kumara suns and their aspects open the chest. In this chest, the former negative energy from the Grail chalice is directed, which has already been transformed into positive. All ceremony participants unite the center of their fire system with the center of the multi-layer tori with the center of the Earth's fire system, which is located in the center of the grove. For this, they create a rainbow bridge, an 8-colour rainbow, one end of which emanates from their hearts, and the other touches the sacred heart of the grove, which can be seen as the planetary blue rose, which begins to unfold its petals. The unfolding of the petals signifies the blossoming of the planetary blue rose as a unique energy magnetic structure, which becomes the main driver of the planetary ascension processes. You can wrap the stem of the rose with an 8-colour spiral, sending it energy, love, and support. This stem is a special energy magnetic channel, a gift from the Sirius Trinity. Ceremony participants see how the chest in the hands of the Kumara family transforms, turning into a bouquet of 7 roses. These roses are of white, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet colours. The 7 Kumara suns place the 7 roses in the sacred heart of the earth around the planetary blue rose. 13 light workers. We have reached the climax of the ceremony. The negative dual energy, transformed and directed into a constructive channel, will be used as the energy needed for the ascension of the planet and all planetary life forms. Beloved angels, now become cosmic artists, creators. Take multidimensional brushes and paint our planet in the window of blue colour. The Earth becomes a planet of blue flame. Its transition to the fifth dimension is associated precisely with the blue color. Blue is the fifth color of your color spectrum. It is the color of your entry into the fifth dimension. Let the joyful, solemn sound of the fifth note of your musical octave, the G note, resound. This note now unites the foundations of different worlds. At the end of the ceremony, you can see the face of Gaia, Mother Earth, in a blue cloak and a headdress crowned with an 8-rayed star. Gaia appears before the ceremony participants as a beautiful divine being, radiating the most tender love through her gaze. With her blue cloak, Mother Earth covers all 8 roses now growing in her sacred garden. She smiles, says thank you, and then she whispers some words. What will your planet mother tell you? Listen, these will not only be words of gratitude, these are very important words meant to come alive in your hearts. Thank the 7 lights. Thank Mother Earth, the planetary spirit of Sanata Kumara. Say thank you to all the light beings who participated with you in this magnificent ceremony. And you have participated in a great planetary act. Farewell to the planet with the energy of duality. Together we have now consecrated the planet in its new sacred status as the planet of the blue flame. And this is truly so, your Kryon, with love and the heart of a creator. Greetings, dear Light family. Today, Crayon from the Magnetic Service speaks to you. The Light family faces a profound task in neutralizing and removing negative duality energy from the planet. Through a transformative ceremony split into 2 stages, light workers unite in a sacred heart to cleanse the earth. As the Grail chalice hovers magnificently over the poles, a vivid symphony of energy paints the planet in hues of blue, red, and green, symbolizing a new beginning and a harmonious shift. Together, we elevate the earth to a higher vibration, embracing a new chapter as the planet of the blue flame. In unity and love, we bid farewell to the era of duality. Your actions today sow the seeds of awareness for a brighter tomorrow. With love and gratitude, your Crayon.